Welcome back. I am Pratap here. Today is 18th August 2024. In this video, I am going to generate different weekly reports that will be based on supply demand zone price action. So before we get into the weekly report generation, please understand we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action. All the training videos are available at our NeoStock YouTube channel. So from our channel homepage, click on this community tab, you will get access to this post. And this supply demand zone free training post is having a YouTube playlist link that will take you to all the training lessons. You just click on the link. I am clicking on the link. Now we are into the playlist supply demand zone price action course. Here you have all the training lessons are available. So far we have completed 24 lessons. From these 24 lessons, we have 62 training videos are available. And you need to start your training from the first video. So for that you need to scroll down to the bottom of the page. Here starting from lesson 1.1, all the training lessons are available in an order. So please go through all these lessons one by one and strengthen your skills related to supply demand zone price action. I have also provided the link to our Telegram channel in this YouTube video description. So from this video description, please join at our Telegram channel. It will be helpful to you each time when we release a new video or any other important updates we will provide at our Telegram channel. Now let's get into the report generation, weekly report generation with the help of NeoStock software's supply demand zone top-down analysis strategy builder. So for weekly time frame, the first report is of let us find the stocks near weekly demand zones. So 5 stocks are filtered. For all these stocks, the demand zones prices are near to the weekly demand zones. If you don't understand how to study this report, I request you complete lesson 21.1. That is a part 1 of lesson 21. There I explained each and every column, their values, abbreviations, everything in detail. Even I have also explained how to draw the zones in TradingView by taking the leg in timestamp, leg out timestamp, and also the base candle count. So please complete lesson 21.1. And also I will be giving you only few seconds time to watch the report. After that I move on to the next report. For that you need to pause the video. You can study all these stocks. After that again you can further proceed with this video. Okay, the next report I am going to generate for weekly time frame. Let us find the stocks near weekly supply zone. 9 stocks are filtered near to the weekly supply zone. In the next report for weekly time frame, let us find the stocks where price closed inside weekly demand zone. For all these stocks, prices are closed inside the weekly demand zone. These are the first 18 stocks in this list. Let me scroll the list down. So total 27 stocks are filtered where price closed inside the weekly demand zone. In the next report, for weekly time frame, let us find the stocks where price closed inside weekly supply zone. So 14 stocks are filtered where price closed inside weekly supply zone. In the next report, for weekly time frame, let us find the stocks tested the weekly demand zones during this week. So all these 12 stocks having the weekly demand zones tested during this week. In the next report for weekly time frame, let us find the stocks having weekly supply zones tested during this week. So all these 6 stocks having weekly supply zones are tested during this week. In the next report for weekly time frame, let us find the stocks having newly created weekly demand zones during this week. So these 12 stocks are having newly created weekly demand zones. The next report for weekly time frame, let us find the stocks having newly created weekly supply zones. So these 4 stocks are having newly created weekly supply zones. Now let's filter the stocks based on weekly EMA confluence. The first report, let us find the demand zones are having weekly EMA confluence. So demand zone having weekly EMA confluence. So entry time frame is weekly. For EMA confluence, exponential moving average confluence for weekly time frame. So first report we are selecting demand zone. Demand zone is having WEMAC, that means weekly EMA confluence. But you already learned EMA confluence is valid only in the trending market, not in the sideways market. Because these are the demand zones, so uptrend market, if these demand zones are having weekly EMA confluence, probably they will be having high probability setup. So that is the reason why the trend, we have a zone violation trend based on supply demand zone violation. So this trend calculation, let us select a weekly trend as uptrend. So in weekly trend should be uptrend. At the time weekly demand zones are also having weekly EMA confluence. In this setup, let us filter. If the list is more, further we will reduce even by verifying with swing high-low trend. We also call it as a pivot high-low trend. That is the second filter we will apply if the list is big. First let us verify how many stocks are getting filtered with this combination. So we got a very big list, but for our reference or purpose, let me scroll the list down. So total 61 stocks are filtered. In all these 60 stocks, weekly trend. Whichever the time frame you select, by default software will treat that as a LTF. So the LTF trend, look for weekly trend is LTF. See, all the stocks are having uptrend. And also all these stocks are having weekly demand zones, having a weekly EMA confluence. All these demand zones. Because the list is very big, studying all these 61 stocks are very difficult. Maybe if you have your favorite stocks, you can focus on them. But if you want to further reduce, let us check even swing high-low trend is also uptrend. If both zone violation trend, swing high-low trend are uptrend, that is a strong indication. So that is the reason why now I am adding one more filter, that is a pivot high-low trend. That is swing high-low trend. You already learned higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, equal high, equal low based trend calculation. I have already explained in phase 1 training program. I think if I am not wrong, it is in lesson 6 or lesson 7 or maybe lesson 8. One of these lessons I have explained trend calculations. If you did not attend, please complete all the trend related lessons. They are very, very important. It is a money giving concept, trend based trading. Okay, now we have both zone violation trend and also pivot high-low trend, that is swing high-low trend is also uptrend. Let me filter the stocks. Now the list is further reduced to 21 stocks. Now it is easy for you to study these 21 stocks. In these 21 stocks, weekly demand zones are having weekly EMA confluence, and also you have weekly trend is uptrend. Even monthly trend is also uptrend in all these stocks. Even quarterly trend is also uptrend in all these stocks. Strong bullish setups. Now let us add one more flavor to this, because the list is 21. Let us further reduce by using zone confluence. Let us check weekly stocks are having confluence with monthly stocks. How many of these weekly stocks, that means weekly zones, demand zones, having confluence with monthly demand zones? Let us check how much it will further reduce. So we have a demand zone confluence here. So we are looking for weekly demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence. I enabled. Let us verify the stocks. Now only 3 stocks are filtered. We have Divi's Lab, Nifty Financial Services, and PI Industries. So now prices are inside the weekly demand zone for Divi's Lab. Okay, this is about demand zones having weekly EMA confluence, weekly demand zones, and also having a monthly EMA confluence. So in the next report for weekly time frame, let us look for EMA confluence with weekly supply zones. So in EMA confluence in weekly time frame, I am selecting the option weekly supply zone having WEMAC, that is weekly EMA confluence. Supply zones are having. And because you know that EMA confluence works only in the trending market. Because these are the supply zones, we go for short trades. Let us look for downtrend, because short trades are valid in the downtrend. So in the zone violation trend in weekly time frame, I am selecting the trend as a down. Let me filter. Only 2 stocks are filtered. So due to this reason, I am not going to add any further reports. So this is about weekly EMA confluence. Apart from that, we will add one more type of report, that is zone confluence. Let us check how many of the weekly zones are having a confluence with entry time frame is weekly. Weekly zones are having weekly demand zones are having confluence with monthly demand zones. So in the demand zone confluence, weekly demand zone with monthly demand zone, I enabled. Let's verify. We got a very big list. All these weekly zones are having confluence with the monthly time frame. So 54 stocks are filtered. Let us check how many out of these 54, how many are having confluence with the quarterly time frame. So in the demand zone, let us add weekly, monthly and quarterly confluence. Let's verify. Weekly demand zone with monthly demand zone, weekly demand zone with quarterly demand zone also enabled, and also monthly demand zone with quarterly demand zone also I enabled. So that means LTF, HTF, ITF. That way you can understand all the 3 confluence. Still we got a good number of stocks. Total 22 stocks are filtered. First 3 are indices. If I scroll down from 4th one onwards, these stocks are having confluence with even quarterly. In that Titan is near the supply zone, but we have to look for near the demand zone or inside the weekly demand zone, because none of them are near or inside. Anyway, this is based on the confluence, zone confluence. Exactly the same way, let's look for supply zone confluence also. So weekly time frame, I am selecting a supply zone confluence. First, let's look for weekly supply zone with monthly supply zone confluence. How many stocks are going to filter? Let's verify. So here also the list is big. Let me scroll the list down. So total 26 stocks are filtered. All these 26 stocks, we have supply zone confluence. Let me check once again. So total 26 stocks, yes. And now these 26 stocks, how many are having, these are all weekly and monthly confluence. Let us also check how many are having even HTF confluence, that is quarterly time frame. So in the supply zone confluence, weekly supply zone with monthly, weekly supply zone with quarterly supply zone enabled, and also monthly supply zone with quarterly supply zone also I enabled. With all the three confluence, let's filter the stocks. 7 stocks only filtered. These 7 stocks, they are having confluence with weekly, monthly and quarterly, but anything inside the supply zones or near supply zones, there's few stocks are moving towards the supply zone, few stocks are moving towards the demand zone. Probably they might be near to the supply zone. If they turn back and come into the supply zone, give you a trade, probably that could be a little high probability setup. That way you can understand. If the supply zones are high liquidity, probably there could be higher chances. Okay, this is about supply zones confluence. In the final report, I am going to generate all the weekly demand and supply zones without any filters for your reference purpose. Any of your favorite stock and you want to refer the weekly zones, it will be helpful to you. I am just selecting the weekly time frame, not adding any filters. So this is the complete list of all the weekly zones. First 17 in this list are indices. That includes all sectorial indices. Remaining all are equity stocks, but I have filtered based on F&O category. So I am scrolling the list down. Each time when I scroll down, I will be giving you few seconds to watch. Any of the favorite stocks are there you please pause the video. So I am scrolling the list down. So this is the end of the report. Hope this information will be useful to you for your further study and analysis. Let's all meet again in our next video. Thank you.